comes from Beneath the Grief Ministries, the counseling service, and I'm coming to give a little talk, so to speak, about grief in the holidays, and just to give a couple of tips on how to get through the holidays. It's very hard for people at this time of the year as we just finished Thanksgiving and now here we are at Christmas time. And people are grieving. And grief is real to people. And let's face it, everyone grieves something. And death of loved ones is very, very difficult, especially during the holidays. So, some tips that I'd like to give to just to give to people to grieve, go ahead and do it. That the boundaries that you have, there should be respected, and you should be able to do what you need to do. If you don't want to go to the family gathering, it's okay. Let that be known that you choose not to go. And if you do go, that you may not want to say much. All of that is in your jurisdiction, and you should be able to control it. So know your boundaries when you are around people, and if you want to participate or you don't. Emotions. Emotions is another area that in grieving that one has, negative or positive, but the emotions are real and emotions need to be processed. So it's very important that you process yours in this time of grieving, and it's okay to do that as well. Let it be known how you feel. If you feel sad, don't pretend to be happy if you really are sad. If you cry, that's healing. And go ahead, have those emotions because those emotions are real. You may be angry. Yes, you may be angry. And it may be to be expressed that you're feeling angry at this moment. The emotional piece is real and grieving, and it's okay to have them. Another tip in grieving is now to do something like volunteer, give back. It's great. It's a great feeling. You may be grieving at the moment, but it's something to get involved with, something to draw your mind while you're giving back, and you may have some memories of your loved one while you're doing it. But it's an activity that has a give back to it, which can help you to be able to stay focused in your mind and your mind to stay busy. So, volunteering is an excellent way to get involved when you are grieving. Another area is your coping skills and using the coping skills that you have. If there were things that you did, maybe like you took a long walk a day or you took a 15-minute walk, do that. Go ahead and do that. And also, if you've done other things that you just like to do and you maybe stop doing them, consider going back to them and doing them because, again, it's keeping your mind level. It's keeping your mind able to process and able to move. It's important in grieving not to be stuck, but to be able to maneuver through the courses of life, the things that you go through while you're still grieving. So definitely use your coping skills. I would definitely advocate for any type of writing, any kind. Scribbling, if that's what you want to do, scribble. Draw. If you're an artist, draw. Definitely do journaling. Definitely speak those words. Say the words, even if the words don't make sense to you at the moment. Still write them down. So use the coping skills that you have to be able to grieve. Another thing is ask for help. Now, if you don't ask, no one knows. No one knows. So ask. Ask if you need help. It's okay to do that. Definitely reach out to a professional. Talk to a few if you need to, so that you can find the one that you need to talk to. Supportive people in talking. That find your supportive friends, the friends that you can talk to. There are those that support you and will talk with you, and that's okay. And definitely talk. Another thing is in reference to your loved ones, to the ones that you lost, definitely do something. Do something to celebrate. You miss them, you love them, things that you used to do with them. Um, and maybe like make a meal, maybe like take some activities, some things that you used to do with them and talk about them, and maybe even do them. Maybe write a poem about them, maybe write a story about them, maybe do some type of recording about them. It's okay to remember your loved ones and the things that were done that were memorable to you. Take those old traditions and make something out of them that someone can listen to hear the story of how you felt about your loved one. It's okay to do that. That's part of the grieving process. So, in grieving, definitely it takes that that motivation to not just want to be stuck, but to be able to handle this grief that is, of course, so hurting you. So we want you to be able to uh, process it, process the grief, and definitely in its time that you will. And like we said, you'll take your time to do so. So take a couple of these things that were given and reflect on them of during the holidays, because it's a very, very difficult time, very, very complicated. But we don't want it to be complicated for you. We want you to be able to share what you have. Very important. So these are just a few little tips for you to take with you in these holidays that are very tough in grieving. This is Dr. Jones from Beneath the Grief Ministries, the counseling service, coming with a um, few tips to get through the holidays in grieving. Blessings to you all. Bye bye.